Good evening, my friends. This is the story of the most crazy thing that ever happened to me in the most unlikely place. But before I come to this story, I need to give you some context. Is there anyone under the age of 13 here in the room? Okay, good. Because there's gonna be some sensitive content and it's gonna be a bit R-rated. We had a lot of deep stories tonight. This is not one of them. That being said, it all started with my mom's 70th birthday. I'm from the French Caribbeans. That means my mother tongue is French. And my parents still live there. So I don't spend a lot of time with them and they're not getting younger. So when my mom told me that she wanted to spend her 70th birthday on a big ass cruise in the Mediterranean Sea, I said, okay, no problem. I'll do it. And so I took a plane to Marseille back in June, that was back in June this year. Took a plane to Marseille and took a cab to this boat, met my parents, and we boarded this cruise. Now, if you've never been in those big cruises, they're like small cities. And if you think you're gonna meet a lot of girls in bikinis, you're wrong. It's mostly old people, families, and couples. But still, like statistically speaking, there should be at least 100 singles on this boat. So I took my chance and I thought about the only place where I was sure that my praise would gather. The disco at night. So the second night, I didn't go the first night. The second night, I went to the club, so I put my game face on. To the elevator, I was excited, my heart was pumping. And I'm in the elevator, I can hear the music, I can hear my boy 50 Cent. I'm excited. The doors of the elevator opens. I step in the club. There are 5 people on the dance floor. But whatever, it's the beginning of the night. I have time. So I go to the bar, I get some wine, and after sometimes the music is so good, I'm like, fuck it. I go on the dance floor and I start shaking my booty, sorry. Also where I go. And so after some time, I don't realize that the dance floor became a bit fuller. Like we're 8 now. And there are some people in the back. And then that's when I see this girl. This girl, let's call her Blondie. Now I need to describe to you Blondie. Blondie was between about 35, 40, long blonde hair. She had a dress that goes from here to here. High heels. And like her body was just slim, fit, like it was fit, muscles, perfect. I'm like, tonight, I'm gonna try this one. So, but you need to do it on the dance floor, and we're like 8 on the dance floor. If I fuck it up in front of everyone. So I go very like slightly, I try to make eye contact, and then we make eye contact. She goes the other way. Now, I'm like, fuck it. I go to the bar, get some more wine, some water, like to not be drunk too fast. And of course, I need to go to the toilets. Now I go down to the toilets, and one thing you have to know about the toilets in this boat, the sign for women and men is very confusing. So I took extra care of being sure I was going in a men's room. Open the door, there's 2 girls in the bathroom. Now, let's call them Brunetti and Brunetta. Brunetti and Brunetta sees me, and I think I met them before in the elevator sometime, but they were French, and they thought I was English because perhaps they heard me talking English, I don't know. But they thought I didn't speak French, and they started talking about me in French, and they're like, oh my God, he's not ugly. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he looks quite good. And at this time I just thought, too easy. And I say in perfect French, merci. Like, oh my God, you French, oh blah blah blah. Oh. And then we do some small talk, and they're like, oh, you need to come with us upstairs. You're gonna meet our group and everything. I'm like, okay, well, let's go. And we go up to the group. Guess who's in the group? Blondie. Now at this point at the club, it's going very loud. And in my left, there's Blondie sitting, and in my right, there's Brunetta. But now I'm more focused on Brunetta because, well, she rejected me. Anyway. But I talked to Blondie and I get to know her. Actually, she's 45. She works at old people home, and she tells me that she takes care of her mother, which has Alzheimer's disease. Wonderful person. But then I took my attention back to Brunetta. And she said, oh, it's so nice that we met you, you know, because like we're quite a typical group, because you know, X is gay and Blondie is a transgender. And that's, my friend, when the story begins. Now, don't worry, I only have 3 minutes left. But this story is not about me not being, she was a transgender. I believe, I'm a big supporter of the LGBT community, and I believe that anybody can do whatever they want with their body as long as they don't hurt anybody. That's my rule. So I was just mind blown. So I get to the night, and we keep dancing all together. The night went super well, dancing, laughing, and at some point the club closes. I go again in the bathroom. The other one are waiting for me outside. And when I come back of the bathroom, I see that Brunetta, Blondie, the others left, and they're talking to 2 guys I don't know. And as I approach the group, I hear one of the guys saying, I'll give you 150 euros for Blondie. I was shocked. But I could also see that the 2 guys were speaking in English, and the 2 girls were not so good in English. They were clearly a translation problem going on. But I was shocked, and I was about to just come and act as a translator. So I come and I'm like, can I help you with the translation? And I was about to tell this guy, I'm sorry, this is not a way to talk to someone. Okay? And I'm about to tell him that, and that's when I hear Blondie screaming in the back, tell him it's 50 euros for a blowjob! And that's, my friend, is the craziest situation I ever found myself into. Here I am, in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, for the 70th birthday of my mother. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm starting a 5-minute career as a pimp. I turn to the guy and I say, look, have you seen how pretty she is? 70 euros for the blowjob and 200 for the whole thing. And so, if I would make a career as a pimp, a real career, I can tell you, I would be very bad. At the end, nothing happened. Blondie said she didn't want to have sex with him, and he said he wanted everything or nothing. So, my friend, that's the end of my story. After that, the whole week we party all together. Spent a lot of time with my parents also, so thank you for your attention.